Rhapsody 6, Called in the Darkness. The decline of a people who have lost their way. New generations arose in the Promised Land, but with comfort came forgetfulness. Fidelity broke like a fragile vessel, and the heart of the people inclined towards idols. Without a king or firm direction, each one did what seemed right in their own eyes. Thus began the time of the judges, an era of tragic cycles where worship turned into apostasy, freedom into slavery, and the mercy of the Most High raised up liberators who brought light, only for a time. Deborah, Gideon, and others were flames in the midst of the night. Their acts of valor ignited hope, but without a transformed heart, the people always fell back. In that back and forth, Samson emerged, a miraculously conceived warrior, consecrated from the womb for a sacred mission. His strength was feared, but his soul was vulnerable. Seduced by pleasures and passions, he was weakened from within, and yet in his ruin he found redemption. Blind and humbled, he cried out to the Most High, and in his death he achieved the victory that his life could not attain. It was proof that even the broken can be instruments of justice. While the people plunged into chaos and the prophetic voice seemed to have died out, the Most High called a child. Samuel, the fruit of a mother's persistent prayer, was delivered to the sanctuary as a living offering. In the nights of the temple, while corruption grew in Eli's house, Samuel heard the divine call. Thus, in the silence, a new flame was ignited. Judgment fell upon the impious priests, but with Samuel, the word of the Most High resonated once more. Then came the tragedy. In a reckless battle, the people carried the Ark of the Covenant as if it were an amulet, and the Philistines took it. Israel trembled. How could the presence of God fall into enemy hands? But the Most High does not need armies to defend his honor. In pagan territory, idols fell prostrate, and plagues scourged the land. Divine glory could not be contained. The Ark returned by itself, and with it the message, the kingdom is invincible. To strengthen the testimony, the Most High instituted the schools of the prophets. They were not centers of human erudition, but spiritual furnaces where messengers were forged, voices that confronted sin, comforted the oppressed, and announced the heir who was to come. Even so, the people still wished to be like the nations. "We want a king," they cried, like the others, despising their Lord. Thus Saul was anointed. Tall, valiant, attractive to the eyes, but not to the heart. At first, he seemed to be the chosen one. However, his trust was not in the Most High, but in himself and in the eyes of the people. He offered sacrifices without authority, disobeyed sacred commands, and rejected correction. The Most High rejected him for the obstinance of his spirit, for the kingdom is not inherited by lineage, by obedience. While Saul reigned from the throne, in the shadows another was already being prepared, one after the heart of the Most High. The fire had not been extinguished, it only awaited a new altar.